Hey people, welcome to BLU UK Jazz Dance. I've rebirthed the call. It's a movement, it's a projects, productions. I've resumed my skills of storytelling, and in 2015 I did a production produced by a lady called Sheba Montserrat. I did a production called Bump, a tribute to John Bubbles, and basically the name I need to change. Yeah, and basically we just call it BLU UK Jazz Dance Personal Freestyle Dance Life Story. And basically it was a story I shared with individuals. It was about my self-expression, my creativity, my culture. Where did I get it from? And the story talks about that. A lot of people come to me and say, first of all, you're a natural dancer, natural performer, but I'm not a natural performer. I'm a person with dyslexia who had a lot of trouble in my early years, from 0 to 6 years, and struggled up to 16 years old to really recapture or catch up with the social skills, physical, intellectual, cultural, emotional skills, etc. Have you got that? So I want to give you a little story. The story starts off how I started. I identified to individual, first of all, my first language is not English. I'm an English as a second language speaker. My first language is Patois. And Sheba Montserrat, she's Jamaican, you understand? So what was nice for me to do my show, I did my show in London, you understand, 2015. And the way I got it there from 2010 to 2015 was brilliant. It was very well. I engaged myself in brilliant personal marketing and branding. I went to what is called open stages across the country. It was great events in the arts where theatres were offering artists who had work, opportunities to show that work. You know what I'm saying? Without no pressures, etc., to get advice, support, and guidance. You understand? So anyway, part of my play, what I do, I start off talking about, my mother and father is, I love them because they give me an exceptional, they give me an exceptional and outstanding beginning in my world. Because the 0 to 6 years, is 80% of formative learning take place there. So I talk about myself as a person, everybody in the blue lab. What it is, me had a personal lab. I had a field lab, an outside lab, you understand? I had an indoor lab, an outside lab, where we used to do performances and everything. This is where everything start taking place now. So what's happening right now is that this machine me are talking to, yeah, my Samsung, is now the blue lab. Because what happened, how me rehearse my story is basically me do it from like a workshop element. You have an idea about what we want to do. So me say, right, this is what I'm going to do. Right? And then instead of writing it, what I do, I put it down upon the Samsung. So the Samsung is come like my blue lab now. You understand? And anywhere I go in the world, boom, if I have my Samsung, I have a laptop, I can just put my stories down straight away and then learn the story, because I learn it from oral tradition. The way I work is from an improvisation element. You understand? So let me talk about, boom, when we talk about myself as a child. We used to play with bricks. Now my father wanted to teach me red and yellow and pink and blue, orange and purple and green. He wanted to teach me the colors of the rainbow. But what happened? So my parents, mother and father, them buy me the bricks, them with the same color. But me reject some of the bricks, them. Me like the red, yellow and green bricks. And me just play with them only, reject them. Coming out, me don't know, me don't like them. So anyway, my father go into the kitchen and talk to my mother and said, yo, we try to teach him red and yellow and pink and blue, orange and purple and green. You see, me don't want to learn them things, me get worried, because me just play the red, yellow and green bricks. Now mother being mother, because remember you come from her womb. She said, no, it's alright, because remember this is a time, early learning stage is for him to play. And he seemed he want to play with only with them bricks, yellow and green bricks. There must be some relevance to him. You can't force him at this stage, you understand? This is a time of play. This is a time of games. He's learning to love the art of learning, an art of improvisation, the art of being spontaneous. You understand? The art of being productive for himself alongside adults and community. This is the time when we learn about emotional intelligence, respect for elders, respect for people, respect for self-management, home management, grooming, and all them things there. Respect for social etiquette is all them things you learn in our early learning. Now my father is from Jamaica, from a rural community. My mom's from Grenada, from a rural community. So different cultures came together but they have the same self-expression. They have the same ways they want their child to grow up in a certain way. They want the child to be self-expressive and free. Why? Because in their society, slavery, through slavery from 1500, you understand? Colonialization coming. They restricted the Caribbean people to be who they was. And they never had opportunities due to finance to do the certain things they wanted. So when them children come in, which is me, my brother and sister, come into the world, my parents wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to play and enjoy play, because they never had it, because their parents had to be working, they had to be with them, so they didn't get to do the things they want, they didn't get the toys that they want. You understand? And they lived in hardship from day to day. Basically, the families were working how to get them to eat. That's what it was, and themselves. What a hardship, living off the land. And sometimes the land wouldn't give you the food that you wanted, so you had to find some food from somewhere. And many days them starve. You understand? So it was important. My father in my side Manchester now, when me born, you understand, in the early years, it was important to him for him to work hard for me and my mother to get opportunities. Everybody understand what I say? Right, good. And as I said, I'm speaking English as a second language, and what I'm going to do is, for the first time, put up subtitles, because people don't know. I'm a mixture of Creole, Grenadian Creole, and Jamaican Creole. But my mom's Creole is French. When I went to Grenada, we find out them are French in them, and them have Celtic. You understand? Scottish is in the blood. My father, you understand, he speaks Jamaican language, like broken English, you understand? But they have a language in them more right, and our language is different to our parents too. We create our own Creole through being here, because many different type of Creole people, Caribbean people, came together again, like in slavery and colonialization, came together who never met before, and they had to re-educate themselves of how to survive side by side in a collaborative form. And music and dance helped that out. And the cultural values of living in the land, 100% people had them values and the same etiquette. All Caribbean culture come with the same etiquette, communal values. Do you understand? You must celebrate together, support each other, collaborate each other, support each other socially, physically, intellectually, culturally, emotionally, politically, economically, technologically, environmentally, legally. As I said, don't call me the professor from the Blue Lab. Me I talk right now. So we talk about my father wanted to teach me red, yellow, and pink and blue, orange and purple and green. But we only want to play with the green bricks. Now, when I used to play with the green bricks, my parents liked the way I played with the green bricks. I played with it in a very precise way. Do you know what I'm saying? I used to put my bricks up in a very neat way. And I learned them things from my parents. My parents are nice and neat. So it's amazing, you know, straight away my father could see that I've learned certain things from him and my mother. So I used to play with my bricks in a very serious way. And I used to be sitting in front of the television the same time we playing with my bricks. So sometimes you peer at the television and you see certain things and you watch it for a little while and then you go back to the bricks. That's all it was. So originally I find out I'm a social learner. I like to learn in, you know, with a lot of things going on at the same time. You understand? I'm a multidisciplinary learner. That's what them call me. Anyway, cut a long story short. One day, one of the things you notice as a black child you learn when you watch television is this. That what happened? You can tell the difference between black dancers and white dancers. And you learn that straight away because you see black people in your community dancing. So straight away, when you saw a white man dancing like a black man, you said to your parents, how come that white man's dancing like a black dancer, mama? Your mom's like, shocked, how do you know these things? So like Tom Jones, Elvis Presley, Engelbert Humphrey, and Cliff Richard and all them, man. Tommy Steele, they all dance like black man. And you knew it. So you say to your parents, how come they're dancing like black man? And your parents would laugh, kick, because they realize. You understand? So anyway, cut a long story short, one time I'm watching a film now, musicals that we saw at Fred Astaire and all them 15 movies. We said, yeah, that movie's good. Gene Kelly. And we used to love all them man them. Then one day I watched a film called Cabin in the Sky, which changed me up. I said something's wrong. These black men are dancing better than these other men. These are different type of dancing, the way they're expressing themselves. So John Bob was expressing himself with a cane. And it's funny. When I watched him, he had my attention straight away. Straight away, he had my attention. You understand? So I'm just watching him, peering at him. I said, whoa. And inside your head thinking, oh, that's good. That looks good, that. I like to do some of that. But there's no one to teach you. So what happened? It's amazing what you do. So one time I kicked my bricks away. And started to practice myself. When my dad saw me and all them said, wait, son. Wait. You can't kick down your bricks like that, you know. Put the bricks back into the box. Yeah, put the bricks back into the box. You know where them go. And if you want to dance, you can dance. I mean, then did that. Then what I did, I tried to dance, thinking this dance was easy, but it wasn't. Because he had a cane. He turned here, this way, jumped up on some stairs, and he was singing and he was acting. So he's singing, acting, and dancing and being comic. You understand? I liked all these things. So I started to get my own little cane, makeshift key and all them. But I kept dropping down because I was a clumsy child. You understand? So my dad saw me, says, alright son, let me help you. So my dad tried to help me. You understand? Says, come with the dance, let me help you, son. Some of them moves, me know them, some of them moves there what you tried to do. So let me help you. And then mommy came to help me because she saw that I was dropping down, getting frustrated and angry. So I tell you have to have patience. You know what I'm saying? You saw the guy, think about, reflect what you saw, and take your time to learn the moves. So anyway, my dad showed me some move one time very quickly. I said, Dad, I didn't get that, none of that, Dad. Inside you saying that, but you're not saying that to your dad. See, Dad said to me, yo, son, you're my son, which means that, yo, you can remember what you saw, think, reflect. And that's what I used to do. I used to keep practicing, trying to imitate, mimic this guy called John Bubbles. And he weren't getting it exactly, so he was doing soft shoe shuffle. That's what he was doing. Tap, soft shoe shuffle, that he was doing. I didn't know the name then, but I just copied him all the time for years and years and years. Copied him. So I came good with a cane and good with the movement. And then I heard with what that was called tap. The dancing was called tap. You had none of that in our school. When I went to primary school, 6 to 11, we didn't have no tap. We had creative dance. We had freestyle disco dancing. And we had folk dance. You understand? Irish dancing, Polish dancing, Romanian dancing. I was unaware to them fact. All these dances had something to do with the dancing that this guy was doing, John Bubbles. You understand? Anyway, cut a long story short, I'm going to really leave it there because it's about the journey. And I wanted to share my personal journey into dance and identifying to individuals simply this. 80% of my formative learning in dance came from my parents and my community. You understand? And you need to understand, dancing is more than dancing. You have qualities, competencies and traits, values and attitudes to the dancing. You understand? You have to have patience. You have to put in practice time. I used to put in loads of hours of time. I was clumsy. And what I dislike is when people tell me I'm a natural dancer. I know what they mean, but they usually pertain to my race. They said because black people are good at dancing and singing. That's not true. It's untrue. There's many black people cannot dance, and many white people can dance. Many Asians can